Morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for the opportunity to share with you a little bit this morning about adult education in the state of South Carolina. My name is Brian Barano, and I am the Director of Adult Education for Lexington County School District 1. You're meeting a lot of Lexington One folks here this morning, so just wanted to introduce myself. I'm here today to ask you to consider removing Section 32 from this bill. On Wednesday, March the 9th, last week, I sent each of you an email with a fact sheet that was prepared by some of my colleagues in adult education world for you to consider as you continue working through this bill. In the event that you never got a chance to read that email or the fact sheet, or you need a refresher on kind of what we are doing currently serving the people of South Carolina, I'm here today to share as much as I can in 3 to 5 minutes or so. Across our state, there are 43 adult education programs that are affiliated with local school districts that operate 184 main and satellite campuses to meet the needs of the citizens of South Carolina. These campuses are owned and operated and maintained by the local school district, in which they contribute hundreds of thousands of dollars to the local adult education programs in cost benefits, resources to help meet the needs of these students. Compare that with the current technical system, which I understand is 16 technical colleges, and I think we just heard that one is in jeopardy of being defunded, which would make it 15 campuses. And they have 80 satellite campuses in some of the same counties that we serve as adult education providers. That would drastically cut the number of students that we are able to reach every day in our school systems. It basically would cut it in half and would hinder the access for all in adult education services, especially those who are living in rural areas across our state. One of the many barriers that our current students face is transportation to and from our facilities. I'm happy to report that adult education partnerships with our local school districts allow us to provide transportation for some of our campuses for some students who do not have reliable transportation. Simply put, some of our students would not be seeking to better themselves through education if it weren't for the district-owned and operated transportation department supporting their efforts every day. I'm not sure that the technical college systems is interested in or even has the capability to operate transportation systems that would help meet these needs for students. In addition to the benefits that we receive from this partnership with our local school districts, we also provide much needed services to these school districts. Many of our programs have also partnered with local high schools in the districts to raise our graduation rates by providing an alternate path to graduation through our high school diploma programs. Over the last 2 years, 1,319 high school diplomas have been awarded to students enrolled in adult education programs across our state, thus positively impacting the state's graduation rate. In Lexington One alone last year, my first year as the Director of Adult Education in Lexington One, we saw 15 students who were in their 4th year of high school that would have been considered high school dropouts if they had just dropped out from one of the schools in our district. They came to us, transferred to us, completed their high school diploma requirements, and were able to count as an on-time graduate for that high school, which raised the graduation rates for some of our schools as much as 2 percentage points, which was huge for our district's goal of raising our graduation rate. In closing, in the email that I sent you last week, I asked each senator to respond and let me know the reasons that you believe that this move would be in the best interests of the citizens of the state of South Carolina. And I offered to become your biggest cheerleader if those things truly were what was best interest of the citizens and the students that we serve every day. Based on the conversation that I just heard you have, I don't think there was a whole lot other than the senator from Orangeburg. I appreciate that. I would be careful, though, Senator, to paint a broad picture of everybody having that same impact. I can tell you I've had students that have been enrolled in our program that think the exact opposite. I don't have the literacy skills or the numeracy skills to go to a technical college. I need to come back to where I feel comfortable in my former district and be around some of the teachers. Some of my students at a Lexington One adult education program, the teachers that I have teaching now taught them in the high school, so they have working relationships with them. They remember them, comfortable familiarity with them. So we have seen, although there may be some that would want to go that way, and I certainly agree with what you've said that you've seen. I would just be careful painting that broad brush for all areas in the state.
Mr. Barrow, there's nothing. I mean, local districts or adult ed programs, do they currently have the flexibility they need to reach out and build a program with a local technical school?
Absolutely. We all have. Okay.
It's a collaborative. It's not 100% transfer to tech. It's a collaboration. How's that tech and tech? And so it's a partnership. Mm-hmm. We just visited a school in Spartanburg, I think yesterday, where they had
Meeting Street Academy.
Meeting Street Academy. They develop a collaboration. Local school district provide the transportation. I mean, some things that local school district can do better than tech can't do.
Right.
So you do a collaboration, not 100%. So you create a stronger bond and partnership.
And most of our adult ed centers do have MOAs with technical colleges. I can speak for Lexington One and Midlands Tech here in Columbia area. That we do a lot of the training for students can get into Midlands Tech with a GED. So we do the preparation for that and find out areas that they're interested in, and we have partnerships, and their folks from Midlands Tech come to our program to speak to our students at least once a month to talk about opportunities and enrollment in Midlands Tech and what areas they can get to. Midlands Tech slogan is you can get anywhere from here, and that's exactly true. We take that same thing with our students with earning a GED or a high school diploma and being able to then transfer to Midlands Tech to get training in a skilled trade.
Tell me a little about the efforts that are being made in adult ed, not just to get the GED or even to get the high school diploma, but to get that person to the next, into a meaningful job, into employment. And is that in alignment, would you say? Or?
Absolutely. We all have college and career navigators on our staff in adult education where that is their job. Our folks at Lexington One, that's her job. She works with our students from the time they enroll with us, developing a plan for what they want to be in the future, and that includes the GED or the high school diploma, and even some of our English language learners. That's a program we haven't even talked about today, where we are teaching English skills to English language learners. She works with those students as well, helping them get to the next step in life, whether that's college, whether that's military, whether that's a job, partnerships with programs and in our area as far as those are concerned, but also local businesses, partnerships with them as well, looking to make sure we get job opportunities for our folks as well.
Thank you. Any other questions for Mr. Barrow? Thank you very much. Appreciate your testimony.
Thank you.
Our next witness is Sarah Hazard.